What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett from Rants. As always, guys, if y'all enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. We're on the road to 1,000. We hope you guys can help us get there. Alright, so, Superman and Lois had the most streamed series premiere in CW history. Simply because this show is like any other show in CW history. I mean, look, if you go back all the way to the WB days, you had Buffy the Vampire Slayer, you had Angel, you had, even in CW, you had Arrowverse, Smallville, all of these different shows like that. Those were big shows. They're huge shows at the time. But I never got the feeling, and Supernatural, especially Supernatural and Smallville, those are two iconic shows in my book. Supernatural I'd put at the very top of my list of favorite shows of all time. Like, that's how much I love Supernatural. But Superman Lois feels so different from anything that we've seen on this network. In fact, Superman and Lois is, if it continues the path that it's currently going down, this could be, it could be the best show that was ever on CW. In fact, this could be one of the best versions of Superman that we've ever seen. At least that's in my opinion. It is a brilliantly made show. It is wonderfully crafted at how it takes the most interesting aspects of it. It's not the action and Superman. It's Superman and his family. And that alone, which is surprising. Usually people are like, get back to the action. But not on this show. This show is made to be for normies and for DC fans alike. You can get enough of Superman that you enjoy it. But if you're not a Superman fan and you're not into superheroes, you can also enjoy it as well. This is a show me and my wife watch all the time. And it's come to be something that even my son's getting into Superman through this show. And I love that aspect of it. Like, it is a family-friendly show. It don't deal with a lot of divisive issues. It's just fun for the family. I hope it continues to be that way. But as of right now, let me just talk about just the records that it's breaking and how it's basically changing the CW right in front of our eyes. It says right here, the strong start of Superman and Lois continues as the first episode of the series becomes the most streamed premiere in the CW's history. Based on the iconic DC Comics couple with Tyler Hoechlin and Elizabeth Tulloch stepping into the lead roles, the Arrowverse show has so far garnered praise and positive reviews for putting a different spin on one of the most familiar superheroes. And it goes on to state down here, Deadline reports that Superman and Lois has earned the distinction of being the most streamed series premiere ever for the CW. The show was watched by a total of 3.25 million total viewers since the premieres first aired on February 23rd. That's according to Nielsen's Live Plus 7 measurements of ratings, which accounts for the viewership of a program over a 7-day period. Overall, the numbers reflect an 86% increase over the course of the 7 days measured by Nielsen. Starting with episode 2, Superman and Lois will include additional footage when it becomes available on the CW app, and it just continues on going down the list. But this show is amazing. I mean, it really is. It is. It's one of those shows I cannot wait for the next episode, and it's in 2 episodes has already made me feel like it's not gonna let me down. It doesn't matter, like it's one of those episodes, one of those shows that you watch and you think to yourself, it can have a bad episode here and there, but the overall body of its work, I feel content that it's going to get back on track and that we're going to have a great season. Uh, few shows can build that up so quickly. But I feel that way with this show. I feel like it has given me that confidence to believe. You know what? Episodes 1 and 2 were great. If episode 3 is a little bit below par, episode 4 is going to get back on track. Like, I feel that way with that show. I've got that confidence in this show. I think it will actually, I think this is a groundbreaking show. When it comes to Superman, we've never seen Superman this way. We've only seen Superman as Superman, but never really as Clark Kent, where it was Clark Kent centered and not Superman centered. This is so different. It'd be like having a show about Batman, but just always just referring to, talking about Bruce Wayne, which they kind of did do that to a certain extent in Gotham. And look what Gotham did. Gotham was a great show. Gotham was a great show. You dealt with like Commissioner Gordon more than what you dealt with, let's say the Joker or Catwoman or any of these others. Ones in Gotham that you would normally deal with, and it was a brilliant show on its own. Was it did it have its moments? There was still a lot wrong with Gotham that is not wrong with this. The characters are more likable. I feel like it's not trying to do the normal superhero tropes. It's more trying to just tell you a great story. When I watch it, I think, what am I watching? Am I watching a CW program? Because this does not feel like a CW program. This seems just like high quality stuff from high quality writers. This feels like almost I'm watching a great movie right in front of my eyes. Like, that's the way it feels to me. I'm connected to every single one of the characters on this show. I care about every single one of them. All of Clark Kent's family, I love. I really have little to no complaints about them. The last episode, I know I did complain a little bit that I thought John's outburst was a little bit was a little bit too much. But that's a small nitpicky thing. Overall, it is just excelled as a show. I want to give it like a 9 out of 10 every time that we do an episode review here on Rants or Us. And so does my co-host Lance. Like, this is a show that is made to last. This is a show that's made to be a classic series. We might be seeing, like I said, the best show on the CW, but soon we might be talking about maybe one of the best shows on television. That is saying something. But let me just go ahead and read y'all this real quick. The CW's satisfaction with Superman and Lois is evidenced in its quick Season 2 renewal, echoing the formidable debuts of The Vampire Diaries and Arrow. Both series stormed out of the gate with strong numbers, maintaining that level of interest for several seasons and essentially shaping the rest of the network's schedule. Superman and Lois could prove to have a similar influence, branching out to spin-offs of its own and raising the profile of its ensemble cast. Now, let me just say this. I hope it don't. I hope it don't branch off into spin-offs. I hope this is a show that is a one-off show. I hope it kind of is like Smallville to a certain extent, where it stands on its own merits, and shows that come after it are not being compared to it. I feel like this show is good enough that it deserves that. I feel like these shows that are made to create spin-offs are always putting emphasis on specific characters because they know that there's going to be a spin-off series about this. So let's get to know more about these characters. Where I feel like shows that are just made to be one-off shows or movies or any of that, is they focus entirely on the story and the whole cast as a whole, and they give each one of them the airtime and the character progression that they each one of these characters deserve. I hope that Superman and Lois continues to go down this route. I actually have confidence that they do, or that they will continue to do that. But then at the same time, I'm like, ooh, this is a CW. Like, is the CW capable of having a show like this and not putting something in there that is I don't know, that's going to ruin it in some way? I mean, is there going to, like, are they going to try to tie it with any of its Arrowverse shows? What are they going to do? Is the Flash going to make an appearance? Any of these, like, really silly things that I pray to God that they don't do. I hope that Supergirl doesn't make an appearance on it. I hope that, unless she is built into the show, I don't want Supergirl from the Supergirl series to make an appearance. If they're going to do it, have it take place inside this series and debut in this series. Don't add all these different aspects to it. Make this simple, CW. Very simple. Just make it simple. Do not try to make this show into anything it's not. Do not try to work on off of spinoffs before this show is over. Focus on each one of these individual characters. Tell Clark Kent and his family's story properly without worrying about these outside distractions about where do we go from here. If you do that, you will have an amazing show that could last for no telling however long it sees fit. I would say normally don't pull a Supernatural and go for 15 seasons. Have it where you have this story and you finish this story, but you don't say, you know what, this has really good ratings and we're just going to keep it going and it lasts too long. Don't make it one of those shows. Make it where that is a show that we can say from beginning to end, it told its story, and when it got done telling its story, it finished its story. I hope they do that. We'll have to see what the CW is going to do. If they can find a way to screw it up, I'm sure they'll try to find a way at least to screw it up, or to at least to have its other shows kind of tag along with it, to give them the ratings that Superman and Lois is getting. But I feel like comparing it to Arrow and Vampire Diaries really doesn't give this show the respect that it deserves as a show. Because right now, I'm telling you right off the bat, if there is a DC project out there that is what I would consider a masterpiece, it is Superman and Lois. Superman and Lois is going to be a classic if they continue going down this route. I pray they do. But again, it's still CW. Let's see if the CW can be un-CW like and not, make this more convoluted than what it really should be. But we'll just have to see. Let me know what y'all think about this, guys. And as always, thanks for watching. Y'all take care.